Snakes are meant to slither. Through leaves, over rocks, and under logs. That's what we've always believed. But what if that wasn't the full story? What if some snakes could fly? Not in myths. Not in cartoons. In the real world, right now, there are snakes that take to the air. No wings. No feathers. Just a living snake soaring between trees. How is it possible? Where do they live? And are they dangerous? Welcome back to Venomous Bites, where we explore the most fascinating and fearsome reptiles on the planet. Today, we're uncovering the secrets of one of the strangest creatures in the animal kingdom, the flying snake. But first of all, do flying snakes actually exist? Yes, flying snakes are very real. They're not science fiction, not legends. They've been observed, filmed, and even studied by researchers across the world. People who've seen them in the wild describe a surreal sight, a snake launching from a tree and disappearing into the air. For years, many dismissed the idea as exaggeration, a trick of the eye, a misidentified bird. But not anymore. Flying snakes have a name, a family, and a habitat. They exist, and nature designed them that way. What makes them so unique? Where are they found? And most importantly, how do they actually fly? We will certainly get to that, but first, let's find out where in the world these flying shockers actually exist. Where are flying snakes found? Flying snakes are not scattered across the globe. They have a very specific home. You'll find them deep in the dense forests of Southeast Asia. From the rainforests of southern India to the tropical jungles of Indonesia, these snakes are hidden high in the treetops. They're especially common in countries like Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, and parts of southern China. They live where trees grow tall and close together, because for a flying snake, the sky is only useful if there's another tree to land on. These forests offer the perfect environment. Plenty of height, plenty of space to glide, and lots of small prey hiding among the branches. But don't expect to see them easily. Flying snakes are fast, light, and usually blend right into the trees. Now that we know where these airborne reptiles live, but what exactly are they? What types of flying snakes exist? There are 5 known species of snakes that are capable of gliding through the air. They all belong to the genus Chrysopelea, commonly known as flying snakes or gliding snakes. Paradise tree snake, Chrysopelea paradisii, the most famous of them all, known for its vibrant green and black pattern and incredible gliding ability. It's often spotted in Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia, and it's the one most people think of when they hear flying snake. Ornate flying snake, Chrysopelea ornata. Slightly larger and found across India and Southeast Asia, this species is also called the golden tree snake. It has striking yellow and black markings and spends most of its life high in the trees. Twin-barred tree snake, C. Peleas. Smaller, more secretive, found in parts of Indonesia. Moluccan flying snake, C. Rhodopleuron, native to the Maluku Islands. Sri Lankan flying snake, C. Taprobanica, found only in Sri Lanka. These snakes aren't just fascinating because they glide, they're also stunning to look at. Slender, colorful, and lightning fast, they've perfectly adapted to life above the ground. But how do they actually turn their bodies into gliders? Let's find out. Now the most important questions. How do flying snakes fly? Here's the part that stuns even scientists. Flying snakes can launch themselves into the air and glide through the forest, without wings, without limbs, and without any external help. But how? It starts high up in the trees. When a flying snake wants to move from one branch to another, it doesn't climb down, it leaps into open air. And that's when the transformation begins. As soon as it jumps, the snake does something no ordinary snake can. It expands its ribs, flattening its body into a U-shaped cross-section, almost like a flying ribbon. This flattened shape increases air resistance and gives the snake a broad surface area to catch the air, kind of like a living parachute. Its belly becomes slightly concave, helping it generate lift as it moves through the air. But gliding isn't just about shape, it's about movement. While in flight, the snake undulates side to side, creating wave-like ripples through its body. This isn't just for show. It gives the snake control and stability, allowing it to adjust its speed, change direction, and land with surprising precision. Some species can glide over 30 meters, traveling tree to tree without ever touching the ground. What's even more incredible, their gliding isn't clumsy, it's smooth, stable, and efficient. Studies have shown that flying snakes can outperform many animals built for flight, even without wings. Scientists are still learning from their design, using it to develop next-generation flying robots and drones. These snakes don't escape gravity. They've simply learned how to shape themselves into the perfect gliding machine. Are flying snakes dangerous? Yes, they are beautiful, no doubt about the fact. And a lot more dramatic than ordinary snakes. Just look at them flying in the air like a movie scene. But are they dangerous like real snakes? Are they venomous and deadly? Full of sting and an ability to deliver death with a snake bite? The answer is not really. Flying snakes are mildly venomous, but their venom is designed for small prey, like lizards, frogs, birds, and bats. They have rear-facing fangs, which makes it difficult for them to deliver venom to anything larger than their usual meals. For humans, they pose no serious threat. In fact, there are no confirmed reports of a flying snake ever causing significant harm to a person. They're shy, agile, and tend to avoid human contact altogether. If you ever do spot one, it's more likely to leap away from you than toward you. So while they may look dramatic soaring through the trees, flying snakes are far from aggressive and far from dangerous. They're one of nature's most bizarre, beautiful, and misunderstood reptiles. While we see they are not dangerous to humans, but our flying snakes endanger themselves. All 5 known species of flying snakes, genus Chrysopelia, are currently listed as least concern by the IUCN, meaning they are not considered endangered or threatened at this time. But although they're not officially endangered, they face real risks. These snakes are arboreal specialists, relying on tall, dense forest canopies to glide between trees. Deforestation, forest fragmentation, and habitat loss, especially in Southeast Asia and India, pose increasing threats to their way of life. Some species, like C. ornata, are occasionally collected for the exotic pet trade, though capture numbers appear relatively low and not yet impacting global populations significantly. To protect these wonders of nature, it's essential we preserve their habitat as. Without continuous canopy cover, flying snakes cannot glide. They might have to descend to the forest floor, where they are vulnerable to predators, roads, and human interaction. Fragmented forests limit their range and ability to mate or find food efficiently. Flying snakes might sound like something out of a fantasy story, but they're 100% real, and they glide through the forests of Southeast Asia every single day. With no wings, no limbs, and no sound, they drift through the air like falling leaves, leaving behind only a rustle in the canopy and a mystery in the sky. Nature never stops surprising us, and sometimes even the most feared creatures take flight. If you loved watching these sky serpents in action, hit like and subscribe. There's plenty more reptile wonders coming soon.